Hello and welcome to today's video, where I'll be explaining why the Call of Duty Black Ops map, Call of the Dead, has the sharpest skill ceiling when it comes to going for high rounds. Now, before we get into why specifically Call of the Dead is difficult, let's first talk about some of the basic game mechanics of Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies. Call of Duty Black Ops was released in 2010 for the Xbox 360, PS3, and PC, and I'll explain in a moment why that's important. But first, I have to tell you some important specs of the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, being that they have 512 megabytes of RAM in the consoles. The reason that the console specs are important is because due to what is likely a technical oversight, the developers hard-coded the game's RAM to be the same as the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, meaning that regardless of your hardware, you have 512 megabytes of RAM to work with for running the game. In Call of Duty Black Ops and every other Call of Duty Zombies game, there is a mystery box that gives you a random weapon. In Black Ops specifically, box hits are stored in the RAM of the game, so every hit counts towards the 512 megabytes of RAM. This does two things. Firstly, it lowers your frame rate while playing. This, however, is limited to consoles and low-end PCs. If you have a higher-end PC, you won't have frame rate lag. But this also leads to a freeze that happens when the 512 megabyte limit is reached. You still have the 512 megabytes of RAM, but on higher-end PCs, you won't have the frame rate lag when hitting the box a lot of times. This is quite troublesome when you have to hit the box for a new weapon to kill zombies with. Each map has a base set of weapons that you'll see on all the maps, like the Commando fully automatic rifle or the ray gun. However, each map has a special weapon for the map that is much more powerful than the others. These are referred to as wonder weapons, and since they're extremely powerful, their ammo is limited. On Call of Dead specifically, we have the Scavenger Explosive Sniper Rifle and the VR-11, a weapon that turns zombies into humans, which then act as a distraction. These two weapons, while very powerful, have unfortunate downsides, making them very weak for high rounds. The Scavenger does only a limited amount of damage, meaning after a certain point, the weapon will start taking more and more shots to kill zombies. And the VR-11 can only turn one zombie into a human per shot, and has extremely limited ammo. Now, those are just the box weapons. However, there is one more wonder weapon that the player is able to get on Call of the Dead, the Wunderwaffe DG2, a weapon that fires a shot of lightning, and when that lightning hits a zombie, the lightning chains to other zombies, killing them. However, you have to complete the main Easter egg quest in order to be able to receive it. Then, every time after the quest is done, when you kill George Romero, rest in peace, you will receive the Wunderwaffe. With that basic understanding now done, let's now talk about the more complicated mechanics. The reset. In Call of Duty Black Ops, when you load up a map, the game has to load in entities. These entities are added up every 50 milliseconds. When the number of entities gets too high, the game has to reset the entities. It does this by forcefully ending the game and showing the loading screen. Call of Duty Black Ops is coded in 32-bit, meaning that the limit for this entities is the 32-bit integer limit of 2,147,483,647. A reset happens on all platforms of the game, regardless of hardware, and every map has its own reset time based on its entity count. There are also things on the map. They can either shorten, extend reset times. Call of the Dead has a base reset time of around 82 hours, with a base entity count of 363. Each zombie on the map counts as entities. With 24 zombies being able to be in the map at the same time, that means there's an extra 24 temporary entities, as they're only counted when they're alive, but once killed, they stop being counted. There are also some things that lower the entity count. For example, there's an Easter egg song on each map. On Call of the Dead, there are 3 rocks that once activated play the song Not Ready to Die by Avenged Sevenfold. These rocks count as an entity. Once activated, they stop being counted, making these permanent entities. So, in conclusion, Call of Duty is the most difficult map to high round because it has a wombo combo of having to hit the box a lot, causing the freeze error, and not having a very consistent way to kill zombies after a run for around 50 to 60. As the VR-11 can only kill one zombie per shot, the scavenger gets extremely weak, and the Wunderwaffe can only be obtained after killing George, who once killed doesn't respawn for a whole round. Meaning that if you're on round 60 and you kill him, you have to wait for him to get into the water where he respawns, and then you kill the last zombie. He doesn't respawn on round 61, he respawns on round 62. Hey, I just want to take a quick second at the end of the video here to thank you for watching if you made it this far, and I ask that you do like the video and subscribe to my channel for more content.